Warmly welcome, beloved soul. The angels have been watching the rhythm of your heart, and they know how long you have waited for love that mirrors heaven. They have seen your quiet faith, your whispered prayers, your patient endurance, and they bring this message from above. Your marriage will shine as a testimony of faith and patience, for the light you carry was never meant to be hidden. It was shaped through the seasons of waiting and trusting, through the moments when tears were your only prayer and hope. Your only companion angel says, "Do not despise the waiting, for it is in the waiting that heaven has been building the foundation of something eternal." Your marriage is not an ordinary arrangement. It is a covenant written in divine ink before time began. When God looked at your soul, He saw the depth of your faith, the tenderness of your patience, the courage to love again after disappointment, and He said, "This one will glorify me through marriage. This one will reveal that my timing is perfect, and my promises never fail." Every delay that broke your heart was a lesson in trust. Every unanswered prayer was a rehearsal of surrender. Every door that closed was a redirection toward destiny. You did not lose time. You gained. Preparation for heaven never wastes a faithful heart. Angel says your patience has spoken louder than your words. Heaven has recorded your endurance like a melody of faith, rising through the clouds, and the fragrance of your trust has reached the throne of mercy. You may have thought that your waiting was silent, but in the spirit realm, it has been thunderous, declaring to the universe that love born of patience will outlast storms. Your tears were seeds of glory, and they have watered the garden where your marriage will soon bloom. Heaven says the story of your love will not be rushed, because God is not writing a romance for applause. He is crafting a testimony that will heal hearts. You will not marry just to be married. You will marry to reveal what divine alignment looks like. You will stand together not for perfection but for purpose. Your laughter will echo peace, and your unity will reflect endurance. You both will be living proof that what is rooted in prayer cannot be shaken by the winds of the world. Angel says your spouse is not delayed. They are being refined just as you were. Every trial you endured shaped you into someone who loves with understanding, who forgives before offense, who believes even in silence. And the same Spirit is working in them, teaching them to cherish not just your smile, but your soul. They are learning how to handle the sacred gift that you are. Heaven has been training both of you in different classrooms of grace, so that when your paths cross, the recognition will not be of faces but of spirits. Your souls will remember that this connection was promised before birth, and every step of patience brought you closer to its fulfillment. Angel says, you will know this person, not by butterflies but by peace. Their presence will calm storms instead of stirring them. They will speak life instead of confusion. They will see your scars and call them beautiful, because they will recognize the strength it took to survive. You will not have to perform to be loved. You will only have to be you, for in their eyes you will find rest, and in their arms you will find purpose together. You will create a refuge where others can witness what patience produces. Heaven delights in such unions because they become mirrors of divine timing. Your home will be a sanctuary where faith is lived out, not just spoken where laughter is prayer and forgiveness is daily bread. Angel says, remember the wilderness you endured. It was not punishment. It was purification. You were learning to depend on God rather than people, to find joy in promises rather than outcomes, to hold on to peace when logic said, give up. Each lonely night became a brick in the temple of endurance. You were being prepared to steward joy without fear, to handle blessings without pride, to nurture love without control. Heaven watched as you waited with grace and said, this heart can carry a divine marriage. This heart can be trusted with destiny. That is why delays came, not to break you, but to build you for greatness. Soon, beloved, the one destined for you will appear. Not suddenly, but divinely your paths will align, like rivers merging after a long journey. They will recognize you not just by beauty, but by spirit. Something inside them will whisper home, and you will know that this is the peace you prayed for. Angel says, your marriage will shine brighter than you imagine, not because of wealth or status, but because of the humility it carries. People will look at you both and see how patience perfects love, how faith sustains hope, and how God rewards those who wait. Your story will awaken those who gave up on love. Your union will remind them that timing is sacred, that when love is led by heaven, it never arrives too late. Heaven says, even now, preparation is unfolding while you sleep. The Spirit is orchestrating encounters, opening doors, softening hearts, moving timelines to bring divine alignment. What seemed silent is alive with activity. The unseen hand of God is weaving details that will make you marvel. When you look back, you will see how every no protected you, how every delay positioned you, how every goodbye guided you to the one who will stay. Your future spouse is being led to you by destiny, not coincidence. Every step they take is magnetized by divine will. Your faith has become a beacon, calling them forth through prayer, through patience, through trust. Angel says, do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season you shall reap. If you faint, not, your patience is about to be crowned. Your faith is about to be rewarded. Your hope is about to take form in human flesh. This marriage will not just satisfy your heart, it will glorify God. The peace that will dwell in your home will be tangible, like sunlight streaming through every window. It will chase away fear, heal wounds, and birth joy. Your story will not begin with perfection, but with purpose. Two imperfect people perfectly aligned by grace. Your laughter will sound like worship. Your hugs will feel like answered prayer. Every conversation will water the garden of faith between you. Angel says, remember how long you prayed for someone who understands your spirit. That prayer is not forgotten. Heaven has collected every word and sealed it with divine promise. The one coming will speak your spiritual language. They will value prayer as much as conversation. They will listen when you are silent and cover you when you are weary. They will lead not by force, but by faith. You both will carry each other's dreams as sacred assignments, and together you will become instruments of peace. Your home will host the presence of angels because it will be built on forgiveness and patience. You will pray together, and see miracles. You will face challenges, but they will not destroy you. They will deepen your bond, for every trial will remind you of the faith that birthed your union. Angel says when this love arrives, it will not demand proof. It will recognize. Grace, it will not rush to define it, will rest and grow naturally. It will not seek attention. It will seek understanding. It will not confuse you. It will confirm you. This is the kind of love that heaven writes slowly but beautifully. Your hearts will fit because they were carved by the same hands that formed your destinies. You will speak hope to each other's fears and light to each other's shadows. Your connection will be more than emotion. It will be revelation. Heaven says your testimony will travel beyond you. Your patience will inspire others to trust God again. Your story will teach that love delayed is not love denied. People who thought their time had passed will see you and believe again. They will see that when God writes the story, the ending is always redemption. Your marriage will be the proof that waiting on the Lord is never in vain. Every anniversary will remind you of the journey from promise to manifestation, and you will live each day in gratitude, not for what you gained, but for what you became. Through the process, Angel says, keep preparing in faith. Adorn your spirit with gratitude. Polish your character with kindness. Strengthen your prayer life because the blessing coming requires maturity, not perfection, but readiness. Live as if the promise is already yours. Speak life over your future spouse. Bless them daily with words of light and protection, for in the Spirit your prayers are guiding them closer each day. Heaven is pleased when faith acts before sight, when love believes before meeting, when patience worships before receiving. Heaven says the day will come when you will stand beside the one chosen for you and everything will make sense. The loneliness, the lessons, the long nights, the tears, all will form a mosaic of grace, and you will thank God for every step because it led you here to a love that reflects His heart. Angel says that moment will be sacred. You will feel peace like morning sunlight after a storm. Your souls will rest in gratitude, and heaven will rejoice because another divine story has bloomed on earth. And even when you think heaven is silent, remember that silence is still speech, for God often works most deeply in the unseen places of your heart. Angel says every morning you wake up with renewed hope. You are prophesying your future without words. Every time you choose gratitude over bitterness, you are watering your testimony. Your faith has become the ink Heaven is using to write your marriage story. It is not a tale of human perfection, but of divine grace unfolding in two souls who have learned to trust the author more than the plan. There will be moments ahead when doubts will whisper that maybe you imagined it all. But Angel says, hold your peace, for the same God who made Sarah laugh will make you laugh again. And your laughter will not come from surprise, but from fulfillment. You will say, truly God keeps His word. The season that once looked barren will bloom like springtime in your hands, and your home will become a living altar of thanksgiving because of how long you believed. Heaven says your patience has not only prepared you for love, it has prepared you for influence. Your story will reach ears you never expected for those who watched you endure. Quietly will witness you rejoice openly and through your marriage. They will learn that God's promises are not fragile dreams, but eternal covenants. Angel says your love will be a ministry, not through sermons, but through the way you care for each other. Your gentleness, your prayers, your shared laughter will become silent lessons to those around you. Families will be healed, friends will be restored because they will see the reflection of God's faithfulness in you. Both. You will not even try to teach, yet your life will preach louder than any words. Angel says, remember how many times you almost gave up the nights you told God you were tired of being strong, the moments when you compared your timeline to others and wondered if heaven forgot your address. Those tears were not wasted, they were written in the archives of destiny as proof of faith under fire. And now those same tears will be transformed into the oil of joy when the appointed time arrives for every wound. There will be wonder for every delay. There will be delight. Your testimony will not just bless you, it will strengthen generations after you. Your children will grow up in the atmosphere of answered prayer, and they will carry peace as their inheritance. Heaven says, be careful not to rush. What I am perfecting your heart is precious to me, and I have been molding it to recognize true love, not counterfeit affection that flatters but fades when this person arrives. They will not steal your focus from God. They will amplify it. They will help you pray deeper, dream bigger, love purer, and forgive faster, because they too have been through the refining fire of patience. You will meet not at your weakest, but at your most ready. Angel says the alignment will be subtle, yet unmistakable. Small confirmations will echo within. Your spirit and peace will settle before romance even blooms. Do not question it. Let it unfold naturally as flowers unfold to the sun. Angel says, some of you will meet this person in the quiet spaces of purpose, perhaps through work, through ministry, through unexpected travel, through acts of service, and you will sense instantly that something in heaven just shifted. Destiny often enters disguised as ordinary moments, but if your heart is listening, you will know it when it comes. Every coincidence will make sense. Every delay will seem strategic. Every prayer will feel answered in layers, and you will realize that divine love was never absent. It was simply waiting for you to mature into recognition. Heaven says when this season arrives, treat it with reverence, not anxiety. Guard it with prayer, not fear. Celebrate it with humility, not pride. Do not broadcast too early. Let it root before it blooms, for strong roots ensure lasting fruit. Your relationship will grow in stages, and each stage will teach both of you how to serve, rather than to demand, how to listen, rather than to speak, how to heal, rather than to judge. Angel says this marriage will redefine love for you. It will show you that patience is not passive. It is powerful. It is the quiet strength that holds the door open for miracles when others have already walked away. You will see that the slower the build, the stronger. The bond angel says, some people once doubted you. They said you were too soft, too forgiving, too hopeful. but heaven smiles because those qualities are precisely why you are being entrusted with this testimony. Softness in a world of hardness is not weakness, it is divine strength. The patience that once looked foolish will soon look prophetic when your story unfolds, because your faith in God's timing will silence every mockery, your endurance will speak louder than your defense, and even those who misunderstood you will come to respect the grace you carried. Heaven says your wedding day will not just mark the union of two souls, but the celebration of divine timing. It will be less about glamour and more about glory. You will feel the presence of God so strongly that tears and laughter will mingle into worship. Your vows will sound like prayers. Your hearts will tremble with gratitude, for you will both know what it costs to arrive here. Patience will dance that day, faith will sing, and heaven will record it as a moment of fulfillment. Angels will rejoice because another covenant of light will have been established on earth. Your union will glow with serenity long after the ceremony ends, for the spirit that joined you will dwell with you. Angel says, keep tending the garden of your heart until that day. Nurture peace, forgive quickly, practice kindness, speak life for. These are the flowers that will later bloom in your marriage. Sometimes the enemy will try to tempt you into bitterness by reminding you of the waiting, but answer him with gratitude. Remind yourself that every day of waiting was a day of preparation. Remember that the promises of God are like stars. They may seem distant, yet they guide the traveler through the night. Your light is leading you toward fulfillment. Do not stop walking. Heaven says, the kind of love I am sending you will not compete with your purpose. It will complement it. Both of you will carry assignments that interlock like puzzle pieces together. You will accomplish more than either of you could alone, and through unity, you will discover joy not in perfection but in shared perseverance. You will build not only a family but a legacy. Your love will feed the hungry, comfort the lonely, inspire the hopeless, and shine light into hidden corners of society, because where two hearts agree in purpose, mountains move. Angel says, whenever you feel impatient, whisper this truth. I am being trusted with time, for only those God trusts deeply are given long seasons of waiting, because patience polishes the soul into a mirror of his nature. Every delay teaches empathy, every silence deepens worship, every closed door protects innocence. One day you will understand that God's no was his mercy, and his not yet was his preparation, and then you will be able to comfort others. With the same comfort you received, your voice will heal hearts because it will carry authenticity. Heaven says, even now, angels are adjusting paths, realigning hearts, removing distractions, orchestrating divine timing. Some connections will fade, not because they were bad, but because they were blocking the better. Your spirit will sense this, and though endings may sting, trust that new beginnings follow close behind. Every release is creating space for what is holy. To enter the one coming will fit into your life with grace. Not force, your rhythms will harmonize naturally. Your visions will inspire each other. Your hearts will speak the same language of peace. Angel says, your story is not behind schedule, it is on divine clock. The same God who scheduled sunrise and tide, has scheduled your union. He makes everything beautiful in its time. Do not compare your chapter to another's highlight reel. Your timeline is unique because your testimony will serve a unique purpose. While others celebrate it early, you will celebrate enduringly, because what is born of waiting carries oil that never runs dry. Heaven says, when fear whispers that you are forgotten, answer it with worship. Remind yourself of every miracle that patience produced. In Scripture, Joseph waited years before the palace. Ruth gleaned before she met Boaz. Abraham believed against hope. Sarah laughed after doubt. Each story testifies that divine timing may test, but never fails. Yours will join that chorus, and heaven will point to you as proof that faith still works. Angel says your spouse even now is being reminded of your essence. Their dreams may echo fragments of your spirit. Their thoughts may drift toward qualities they do not yet know belong to you for. Heaven is stirring recognition within them. Divine magnetism is awakening. They are feeling compelled to heal, to grow, to prepare. Though they may not understand why patience is molding both of you separately, so that when your paths meet, unity will not require explanation. It will simply feel like coming home. And as this unfolds, remember, gratitude is the fragrance that keeps heaven near. Thank God for every stage of becoming. Thank Him for lessons learned through tears. Thank Him for courage to keep believing, and you will find joy even before the manifestation, because faith itself is fulfillment in seed form. Angel says, keep your lamp lit, your hope alive, your spirit gentle. The dawn of your testimony is approaching, and soon you will wake to a reality that mirrors your prayers. Your marriage will shine not as an ornament of luck, but as evidence of faith that refused to quit, patience that refused to fade, and love that refused to fear. Angel says, the light that will shine from your marriage will not come from decoration or wealth. It will come from the peace that lives between you. The quiet understanding that two souls can walk through storms and still hold hands. Faith will be the fragrance in your home. Patience, the melody that plays softly in every room, and love, the warmth that never fades. Heaven delights in such homes because they remind the earth what divine harmony looks like. Your story will be quoted in conversations of hope, whispered in prayers of those still waiting, and celebrated by angels who saw the days you nearly gave up, yet kept believing. Heaven says you will not just have a wedding, you will have a witness. The sky itself will testify that God's promises mature beautifully. Your union will make people believe again that good hearts still meet, that faith still works, that patience still wins. Angel says, do not fear the responsibility of a blessed marriage, for the same grace that brought you together will keep you together. It will teach you to listen before reacting, to forgive before bitterness takes root, to pray instead of complain, to choose peace over pride. There will be disagreements because you are both human, but the Holy Spirit will be the third strand that keeps you unbroken. Your love will evolve from excitement to endurance, from passion to purpose, and every stage will be precious in God's sight, for He delights when two souls grow into His likeness together. Heaven says, when you share meals, laughter, and prayer, let every ordinary moment remind you of the extraordinary journey that birthed them. The years of waiting will become fuel for gratitude. You will thank God not only for the blessing, but for the process that made you worthy of it. You will understand that every test was a teacher, every delay, a direction, every heartbreak, a preparation, and then you will begin to see waiting as holy space, not wasted time. Angel says, there will be nights when the world feels heavy, and you will hold each other and pray. Instead of panic, you will remember the words spoken from heaven that this marriage was destined to shine as testimony, and peace will return like gentle rain. When challenges arise, they will not break you. They will deepen you for trials, reveal the strength already planted by faith. You will not be moved by opinions because your foundation is revelation, and revelation cannot be shaken. Heaven says those who once pitied your singleness will one day ask you how you knew, how you waited, how you believed, and you will smile and say, patience was my teacher, faith was my anchor, and God was my matchmaker. Then your story will ignite courage in hearts that feel forgotten. Your words will water their hope, and your life will prove that trusting heaven's calendar is never foolish. Angel says, that is why you had to endure longer than others, because your story was never meant for you alone. It was meant for nations, for generations, for countless souls who needed proof that God still writes perfect endings. Angel says your union will overflow into kindness. You will sponsor dreams, comfort widows, mentor young couples, feed the poor, and pray for strangers. Your home will become a lighthouse, and even those far from faith will sense peace when they step inside, because the presence of God will dwell where patience once lived. Your laughter will break curses. Your hospitality will heal loneliness. Your example will rebuke fear. Heaven will use you both to plant seeds of faith wherever you go. He even says, remember to keep gratitude alive. Do not let familiarity dim wonder, for every morning together is miracle renewal. Say thank you often. Thank you to each other. Thank you to God. Thank you to the journey that shaped you, for gratitude multiplies grace and keeps the heart soft. You will discover that miracles are sustained not by striving but by thanksgiving. Angel says, never measure your love by comparison. Measure it by prayer. When others boast of achievements, boast of peace. When others chase applause, chase presence. Your glory will not come from being seen, but from being centered. Your marriage will glow quietly like a lamp in a window, guiding weary hearts home. That is what heaven intends for you. Not fame, but fruitfulness. Not noise, but nourishment. Heaven says your children will inherit serenity. They will grow up surrounded by faith. They will see their parents pray together, laugh together, and make decisions through wisdom, and they will learn that love is not drama but devotion. They will carry that legacy into their own lives, becoming peacemakers, dream builders, and lovers of truth because of the example you set. Angel says, even in old age, your eyes will shine when you speak of how God brought you together. You will tell the story with the same awe, as if it happened yesterday. And the younger ones listening will feel their faith rise. Your wrinkles will not speak of worry but of wonder, for every line will mark a chapter of divine faithfulness. And when you look at each other, you will still see destiny, not distance, because true love does not grow old, it deepens. Heaven says this covenant is sealed by light. No darkness can undo it. No envy can corrupt it. No storm can overturn it, because patience built it on rock. Your prayers wove it, your tears baptized it, your praise strengthened it, and your faith crowned it. Every anniversary will feel like a hymn of gratitude, and angels will attend your celebrations, rejoicing that another promise stands fulfilled. Angel says, "Now lift your eyes beyond the waiting. See the dawn approaching. Faith has carried you long enough now. Joy will take its turn. You have walked through the wilderness of delay. But before you lies the meadow of fulfillment. Breathe hope again, for the same God who began this story is bringing it to completion. Your heart will soon recognize what your spirit always knew, that love appointed by heaven never misses. It's time. Heaven says soon. There will be a day when morning light touches your window, and you will know this is the day your promise breathes reality. The peace will be so gentle yet so sure that tears will come without sadness, only gratitude for every lesson, for every lonely hour, for every whisper of prayer that kept your hope alive. You will dress not with vanity, but with reverence, knowing that today heaven's word becomes flesh. And when you stand face to face with the one chosen for you, time will pause. Heaven will smile and earth will bear witness that patience truly wins. Angel says in that moment, remember to honor the author of your story. Let your first words be, "Thank you, Lord, for trusting me with this testimony, for making my heart strong enough to wait, my faith deep enough to believe, my love pure enough to reflect yours." And heaven will respond with peace so tangible that it will stay with you all your days. And when your days together grow many and your hair turns silver, may your hearts remain young in gratitude. May every sunset remind you of new beginnings. May your laughter echo through generations as proof that divine timing births everlasting joy. Your marriage will shine like a candle that never burns, outfed continuously by oil of faith and patience. And now Angel says to you who are still waiting, hold on, just a little longer. Your name is already written in someone's answered prayer. Your story is being perfected in divine order. Do not give up on what God has promised, because what He spoke, He will perform. The next chapter is already being written in light. Believe, breathe, bless. Keep walking, keep worshiping, keep trusting. For the dawn is closer than it appears, and soon your testimony will rise with the sun. Angel says, heaven rejoices in your endurance, and earth will soon see your reward, for your marriage will indeed shine as a testimony of faith and patience. It will be known not for perfection, but for purpose, not for speed, but for substance, not for fame, but for faith. You will live every day aware that God's promises never expire, and that His love stories always end in peace. And as the angels finish their message, they whisper softly to your heart, do not forget to share hope with others the same way you once needed it. Tell them to believe, Tell them to wait. Tell them to trust. Tell them that God still writes beautiful stories. Tell them to like this message, to comment words of faith, to declare, "I welcome mindful love," and to subscribe for more moments of wisdom, for your peace matters and your journey is sacred.